Hi guys, hope everyone is doing well. Hope everyone's having a good week so far. It is bank holiday in the US, so I thought today would be a good day as I'm not trading. Just to post a recap of my trade yesterday. So kind of just looking at the larger picture, you can see we're stuck in this balance. Price really isn't going anywhere. We stepped outside of this distribution, and as you can see, we had some buy and sells here. So coming into this session, I'm looking to see, can this edge hold again, as we had some strong buying here. Can this edge hold? As you can see, we had previous support here in this area, which is the edge of the most kind of recent one. If you kind of zoom in a little bit, there you can see perfectly, had that nice distribution, which is the last sort of 4 days. We had this edge here, so this is where I was kind of looking to see if we get reaction. Now looking at some market profile nuances, if we just kind of so this was the Globex session, so you can see Globex is fairly bullish. We've got some buying tails here, and a single print which held price during Globex. So you can see we're also kind of at this distribution edge, and also we're at this single print level from Globex. So ideally we're looking to see, can this hold? If not, we would look for a break, some sort of clear sign of acceptance, wait for a move back up to this range and short. And you can see, if I kind of make this a little bit larger, you can see there was some large buying delta there where the single print is kind of holding price. So that was kind of the zone that I was looking at. If we just kind of look on the weekly VWAP, you can see, right, so the weekly VWAP, again, this area is kind of just slightly below where previous weeks developing value low is, and also we're at the current week's -2 standard deviation extreme. We're still fairly balanced, so I mean, if we go back to before this actually happened, you can see that we are still very much in a balance, into this area of imbalance here, in a nice balance market. So kind of target would be to go back up to the VWAP, and I think that was kind of the sort of main part of the analysis. If we just look at the sort of daily VWAP, so if we go to yesterday, right, so you can see here, so as the market kind of opens, we're inside this, market's kind of coming down now. Again, the daily is, we had, like I said, in Globex, we had a lot of bullish momentum. So we're coming back into these extremes, so I'm really looking for this to hold. Cumulative delta, you can see, stayed above the zero line. I'm looking for this to hold out. Don't really think we'd be targeting Asia lows. We've had such a strong bullish move. You can see from this study, sellers getting aggressive into this area. If we just kind of look at some order flow stuff, I've got this interesting candle footprint that I use just so I can see imbalances. So if we go back to Asia where this imbalance was created, this is like at 8 p.m. That would have been on the Tuesday. Right, so if we kind of look at where this was created, you can actually see from looking at this, right? You can just see from the volume profile. If we just kind of look at this visible range, you can see large imbalances here. We've kind of, especially in this area here. If you look at the footprint, if I just kind of zoom out a little bit, you can see here, right? We had some nice little value building up here, and then we just had no volume here. So we just had a huge imbalance. So this kind of area is ideally where I'm looking to get long. You can see that huge delta point there, some very high delta. This is only a 15-minute chart, so yeah, huge volume here. Now if I kind of zoom in on that and actually try and look at the numbers behind it, if I just get the right one up, So if I try and look at the numbers behind it, so go back to Tuesday, right? So if we then sort of look at the numbers, right, you can see here, this is where that area is in the imbalance. There wasn't many zero prints, right? There was huge imbalance. Obviously, you look at the volume profile, it wasn't too many zero prints on this side, right? It's fairly decent amount of selling and two-way trading that was going on here. Okay, you got some few zeros on. I'm looking at the sell side, so you got a few zeros here, but nothing really too crazy. I mean, if I saw a huge bunch of zeros, I would probably expect that to get filled and maybe price to come lower, but because we had this large delta here with fairly two-way trading, even though there was an imbalance, I was expecting this kind of area to hold. So as you can see, sellers got aggressive in here. If I just go to this, you can also see, so this is a chart that highlights areas of high volatility and also volume. So this is the area. So as we came into here, you can see this is a previous area, especially looking at here where there's some high volume, high volatility. So that for me is a great position to look for a position trade. And then if we actually go back to where the look at, I use kind of different footprints. So what I like to see is on a footprint is aggressive selling into the area to show me absorption, where sellers aren't able to push the price through. Then I do like to see either aggressive buying or sellers stepping away when it's time to start buying. Sometimes one of the other will happen, very rarely. Do you see both? So let me just have a look here. Right, so as we start coming in here, you can see obviously with the delta starts getting aggressive. Max delta also getting aggressive in here, and then we had some exhaustion here, and then as you can see in the sort of following bars, you can see selling starting to dry up, especially towards the highs, which is important. Sellers kind of getting absorbed at these lows here, and then a lot of buying starting to take place. So this is kind of where you start to get in. You can see the volume pick up as we come in, and then high buying volume, high buying delta really driving. There was a lot of momentum in this move here. So yeah, this is a kind of good signal to enter. So that was kind of my entry. If I just show the I'll just show you my the actual entry. So you can see here, this was my entry there. So I got in kind of long there. I had a trailing stop. It's quite annoying because we had a sharp pullback and then price carried on flying, but unfortunately my trading stop took me out, which is okay. Managed to bank enough for that day. But yeah, that's it for today, guys. Hopefully that all made sense. Take care and see you soon.